Greetings, beautiful nerds. Welcome to a new session of Shadows of Ashcaleen, exploring the homebrew world of Odromia following the catastrophic fall of the city of Ashcaleen. I am excited to continue this journey with this cast of characters as they sojourn through the world, encountering all manner of new adventures. But who better to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast, starting with Rain.
Hello, everyone. I am Rain, and I will be playing Fig tonight. She is our favorite satyr, or second favorite, depending. And she will be a Sorlock.
Hi.
I'm Pyrea. You can find me on all the socials as Pyrea. I clearly get very easily distracted. Who does not get easily distracted is Atarah Valor, the tiefling fighter, who I'm really excited to see what we do with this potentially cursed armor.
Who could say?
Yeah. All right.
Jess!
Hi, I'm Jessica. I go by I Sneeze Stars online in places like TikTok or Instagram, or also D in Denial. And I'm playing Elindra Shadowgast, the party's Hellfire Elf Warlock.
Indeed. All of those things, and also just chaos incarnate all the time. And of course, as always, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, and I can be found on TikTok, YouTube, on all the socials. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please go back to the very beginning to see how we got here up to this point. We do have some other shows available to view, the Survivors of Ashcaleen, and a brand new pirate D&D show that actually is premiering as I speak right now. Our flag means doom. We do, of course, appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed thus far. And now that we've got our introductions out of the way, let us dive into this new episode of Shadows of Ashcaleen. Atarah. Your hand rubs against the rough wood on the bar as you are freshly brought back into consciousness. This physical reality, you're not entirely sure. But you do feel the wood of the bar, and you've sort of taken and you check in with all of your senses. Just sort of like, I can see, yes, yep, I smell this, and I feel that, and it's all tactile right now. And you're able to ascertain that you are actually in this space. You are covered in sweat. Just like, yes, very gross. It is coming just from every pore, and it is just, it could be, if you will allow it, viewers, who don't appreciate this, just know this could be a panic attack of some kind. And it is one of those things where you feel like your heart just beating out of your chest. And I'll ask you, Atarah, what was the last thing that truly, truly terrified you? I mean, pre-death.
Okay. I would say that probably about a year or two before she actually got into the debacle she is currently in. She had accompanied her mother at her home to a meeting of some particular families, and that said meeting got a little bloody. And it was the first time she had actually seen multiple dead bodies at once, and actual true violence for the sake of violence.
With that moment crystallized in your mind, and it's at this particular instance where you suddenly realize, wait, I remember this moment. I remember, I have this memory in my mind. And it is actually the fact that you can actually remember that specific horrifying moment that sort of grounds you and actually gives you a brief pause to sort of collect yourself. And you're breathing, even though it is a terrible, terrible moment, it is, in your mind, is something that got you to where you are and made you the person that you are. And so that is, in a sense, kind of comforting.
Yeah, good.
And your hands stop shaking, and you're able to regulate your breathing again. What do you wish to do?
She technically does not have a room at this establishment yet. Is there anyone around here that is still downstairs where she could get
I believe that both Fig, I'm fairly certain both Fig and Jess went back to their rooms.
Okay. So she's the she's the only one down there now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She is going to take another several deep breaths, take another shot off the bar, and find some little corner where there's something to kind of sit on that's more comfortable than a bar stool. And she's gonna kind of curl up and just kind of try and find sleep. She's oddly used to just kind of sleeping wherever she needs to.
Okay.
And I would imagine being alive right now, this is probably going to be a really interesting experience for her to try and fall asleep. But I think she might be very overwhelmed and want to explore some of this in the morning.
Okay. You're able to find actually a very cozy spot by the hearth, where the fire is starting to die down at this point, but there are still just embers and coals that are keeping this whole lower space very well heated.
Okay.
And there are some old cushions that are by the fireplace near the front that you're able to sort of just pool together into a corner. And it's just like this cushy fortress of solitude that you've created for yourself in this small space.
Okay.
And initially, sleep does not find you. It is
naturally, yeah,
a little bit elusive given just all of the things that you just went through. Encountering this dark and ominous figure named Garth.
Yeah.
Who may or may not be a black dragon. It's kind of weird, but
all right.
Problems for another day. And I'm not gonna say that out loud.
What?
And eventually, though, you are able to like push down those thoughts and
Okay.
those emotions, and you are able to find restless sleep,
Okay.
which is better than none.
Yeah. Great first day being back alive, friends. Woo. Yeah, this is great. This is fine.
Baller.
It's gonna be fine.
Fig. You are once again in your room. Trying to remember, did you grow something?
Yes. It was a pair of figs that were hanging right off of the the opening in the ceiling. So there was one large one and one smaller one, kind of just hanging there.
Yes. As because your magic is the way that it is, these things actually do grow at an alarming rate. And at this point, you have two very, very ripe figs just sort of hanging from the ceiling now, that just look perfect to pluck in this moment. That being said, what do you choose to do in your space?
She actually had already kind of spoke out before, almost sort of looking for with intent, but without words, of knowing that hopefully she's being watched by Korthful. Hopefully, she's kind of just wrestling with the emotions of that. But her being silent and quiet, this is a good place for her solace. So she's actually going to kind of just try to take a rest. She'll gaze at the figs and just knowing that since they're still progressing, she will consider that as a sign that since they're still growing, there's still something there.
Elindra.
Yes, Daddy?
Your prayers do not seem to have had the effect. During this period, you're holding the helm, correct?
I believe I put it down with a shot of that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically the equivalent of pouring one out for a fallen comrade. And you, nothing seems to have any effect. It wasn't, you sort of went into it being like, I don't know what's become of this guy, but he seemed okay.
So Belvedere, I knew him well. That's,
Alas.
she played with it for a while. Yeah, that's what happened.
You don't sleep, correct?
No,
or you can
I
just
trance.
go in, you trance. Is that something that...
Oh, sorry, that's
Thank you. I was so happy somebody did that. I honestly,
Every time.
my mind automatically goes there whenever I have to mention anything about Warforged or elves when this happens. So yeah.
Yeah, I zoned out for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Stared at the wall, came back and was like, I feel better.
You do, actually. You're out of probably anybody here, you have the most productive quiet time. Out of the whole group. About 8 hours goes by. Everybody, eventually, the sun rises, and you all greet the day. And at this point, I'm going to ask the question. We had sort of figured out some kind of a cursory plan of what we wanted to do going forward, correct?
Yes. Okay. However, I would like to point out that technically we no longer need to do that because I would know the sigil for the palace. everyone says that we need someone who speaks dwarf, and apparently that's the only person that could possibly speak dwarf is my sister.
God knows how she learned it.
Who can say?
Yeah. So you would like to travel to the Crystal Expanse. You have this spell at your disposal. And you... Okay.
What? Every time you laugh.
So what... I guess the question is, how would you like to proceed with this then?
Like if we would like to go to... All right. I feel like the most Elindra answer is the longer it takes, the better.
I mean, not necessarily. Like, I'm total. Like, let's do whatever you want to do. This would actually be really interesting.
Elindra will get up, pick up Sir Belvedere's helmet. There's still a shot underneath. Drink the shot, because why
There's
would you
nothing
waste?
in it.
Oh, that's amazing! There's nothing in it. Wait, hang on. She immediately stops and she goes, "But I hope that served you well in the afterlife." Drinking from the grave.
I hate it.
I expected better of you. I take the glass and the helmet. I put the helmet in my bag and start making a lot of noise, because if I'm awake, well, everybody else should be awake, right? We have things to do, ladies. Hello.
Atarah is still downstairs on her little cushion fort and has already woken up and is making a very awful sketch of this figure that she saw last night. And on the other page is like the circle of what she saw and like stick figures of literal dead bodies. God. And like, she is not an artist, and so she is trying her darndest.
Let's not sell Atarah short here. Give me a performance
maybe
check.
You know what? Hey, maybe she woke up and that's what dying does to you, I guess.
I have the hands of an artist.
You said performance check?
Roll of the night.
A 10.
Hey.
I mean, it looks like bipedal things.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You are not an accomplished artist, as your mother was very, very, very firm with you about your skill with the sword. And some of the more artistic things sort of passed to your to the others in your family. But there is enough here. You're not very good at capturing like the background and the other details of everything you saw, but the figure of the man that you saw, you are able to get certain aspects like that. You would definitely, like, if you were to draw this person out of a lineup, you'd be able to be like,
okay.
Oh,
it's like a police sketch. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Love it.
And then there's some other defining characteristics
okay.
About the armor that he is wearing. It is very clearly armor that is very similar to yours, except his was black. And on
Her
the
armor is one of a kind. How dare?
You know what? Apologies. That is correct. Your armor is bespoke, and there is no other like it. And the other major characteristic, though, that you do feel like it's worth bearing in mind is that on the left pauldron of this gentleman's armor was a red fist.
Okay. She finds like wine or like a berry or something, and she like smushes it on the the left pauldron where she draws a fist.
Oh, we're watercolor painting.
Yeah. She's trying, man. She's trying.
I walk up behind you and I'm watching you do this. I don't recognize this person. Do I recognize the fist at all? Does it have 6 fingers?
Does not. Okay.
Ugh.
Give me a history check, Elindra.
Okay. Hi, this is your dice that you gave me. So well. It's a nat 1.
Ooh,
That's on you.
get it out the way.
This dice is now put away. We don't use it
Not
today.
only do you not remember, or you're not able to associate this with anything from any experience that you've had, but you also in this moment suffer a horrific brain hemorrhage. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
There's just blood coming out of my nose.
Just the nosebleed just starts right there. It's just nat ones, guys.
Make something happen. Go for it.
Yeah. And so this sketch, while it is capturing a relatively handsome human being, the characteristics aren't anything that jump out at you, Elindra.
He's handsome. Ex-boyfriend?
No, it's I actually don't know who this is. Not a clue. Could you do me a favor real quick and pinch my shoulder?
I do, and it's hard.
All right. I'm alive. I'm definitely still alive.
Okay. We're doubting that you're alive because...
She lifts the piece of paper.
Because you drew a pretty picture?
I had a very vivid dream, but it wasn't a dream, and it, somebody tried to kill me, and she lifts the piece of paper up again.
Okay. So, sometimes, my darling, dreams can seem very real. But I think... No, it was a real dream. Somebody did try to kill you.
It was real. It was definitely real.
And how are we sure about that?
You're just gonna have to trust me.
Yes. That worked so well yesterday.
Just take my word for it, is all.
Okay, so we're going to have to work on your ability to convince people that you're telling the truth. She does not look well, does she?
How does Atarah look in this moment?
She definitely looks like a raving lunatic at this very specific moment, because she hasn't really she is up and physically awake, but she probably hasn't moved from that spot, and whoever had the opening shift of this bar came in, and she's like, oh, okay, there's nobody in here. Okay, well then she got up and found something to scribble on and sat back down, so she hasn't really gone anywhere other than right
I walked
here.
down to you fucking writing on the wall.
Yes. All over. Yeah, with berries and stuff. But yeah, no, she looks like this is the first thing she decided to do when she got up.
Under her breath, Elindra's just like, Father, you sent me an insane one. What you doing? Just like, what you playing at? Have you eaten anything, my darling?
Not yet. This is the first. This was very important. So you don't recognize this figure here at all?
No. Generally, when someone has a dream, it's in their head. So no sharesies.
No sharesies.
I'm gonna go find water as she's like madly scribbling on the floors and just bring it back and be like, I need you to hydrate, sweet pea.
While you are getting Atarah water,
She drinks.
Fig, where are you in this moment?
She's waking up from a very restful sleep. He couldn't have slept
I had
better.
the best night.
He did. Like the little drool that kind of like comes up from the temple. Like that. She was good.
Now you're just making me really jealous of a fictional character. Like, what the hell? Why are you doing us like this?
That is the true fantasy.
So, absolutely. So, can she go in and grab those 2 figs that are hanging up there?
Yeah.
So she gets those, and then you can hear like she'll notice now. Of course, it's day, so she just comes downstairs and sees, Elindra madly searching for water. And Atarah madly just like scribbling and a little frantic. So she's like, breakfast?
The 2
Oh,
figs
wonderful.
in your hands are actually the size of your hands. Like, they are ginormous figs.
The biggest.
Like, way bigger than Costco figs here.
Yeah.
Yo. You come
If you
down
eat
and
that,
Atarah's
is that
like,
cannibalism?
If I see what you did there. No, I was not born with a fig, but try. And so she just tosses one to you.
I will split it to share with Atarah? Yes, it is Atarah. And make her like, here's more juices. Put it in your mouth. Open your mouth. I just shove it in there.
The whole thing? The whole thing is the size.
The whole thing.
Figs.
I just as much like half of it, as much as we can get. Now bite.
It's not that bad. It's just a fig.
You don't
Yeah, I'm eating it. It's wonderful.
No, you don't understand. I am trying to figure out what is going on. I was alive, but I was dead, and then now I am not dead. And she has put the fig like on her face, like
Okay,
she is quite having a problem.
I'm trying to wrestle the fig from her so she can like eat it.
I do not even know who I am, and who is this? And Fig, do you know who this person here is?
When she opens her mouth really wide, when she's like, Fig, do you know who this person is? I shove more fig in. I'm such a good person.
And Fig just looks at the.
Give me a history check, Fig.
Okay, history check.
Atarah takes more drinks of water.
Let me use use this dice.
And a couple more bites,
Okay.
as it appears to be that she's calming a little bit more down, that she's actually awake.
Atarah,
Sorry.
you rolled a 2? Okay.
Here.
Atarah, is this the first food item that you have had? Or is this is the second? This is the second time that you've eaten.
She had
food.
alcohol.
But
Yeah,
there
I
was
had
food. You had food last night, right?
Did we?
You had I believe you had leftovers.
Leftovers, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is the only this is breakfast. This is technically the first breakfast you've had since being alive. Again. And the juices in this fig it is like chewing fine honey. And it is the best thing, the best sweet thing you've ever tasted. And I will say that given the nature of who made it, and also given your current predicament, this has the effect of a calm emotion spell.
Amazing.
And suddenly there is, it cuts through all of the anxiety and the fear, and you suddenly feel just clarity. And
She's having a ton of big Ghibli bites of this fig. Yeah. As she's calming down.
I give you the other half of mine.
Yeah.
What's left of mine. I'm like, yes, eat.
Fig, you said you rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing that comes to mind is, this armored. Why are you drawing an armored person?
Yeah.
But the figure is not something that you're immediately sure of. It could just be the quality of the drawing. You're not really sure.
I think it's her ex-boyfriend.
He's handsome, and then she looks at Elindra. Is he handsome?
I don't know. Kind of looks like a child's drawing, but it's quite good. Just tell her it's good.
Oh, it's good. This is a good drawing. I know exactly the motive.
The eyes.
What you were trying to make, and you accomplished it. You drew it.
So you know this person here then?
No.
So yes, nothing about the drawing really speaks to you in this moment. Something vaguely familiar. But yeah, no, the armor's off. It's weird. You find this moment of just emotional peace, Atarah, and the worries seem to sort of fade. And you're just like, damn, these are some really good figs.
Yeah. Do these typically have this effect? I have never had one of these before. And she is quite literally just going back and forth eating both of them.
Yes.
So proud of you.
Yes.
Oh, we should just get these for everybody then. It's wonderful.
Here's one more. Any takers?
Oh, she's still eating. You said they're the size of her head, right?
The size of her fist.
Oh,
so.
okay. Oh.
Why didn't you split it with me? So that Fig is Fig, you have to eat something too.
Oh, I will. And then, can I create more figs? No. Can I? Yes.
I'll say you're able to create 4 figs once per day.
Sure. So, upon Elindra's implication of that, I just go ahead and create, was it Druidcraft, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
A couple more, toss one over to Atarah, another one over to Elindra, and I have mine. I just start biting into it.
A breakfast of figs.
Yeah.
And water. That's actually I believe that's a Mediterranean style breakfast. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
You guys spend the next just 5 minutes just eating. At a certain
did
point,
everyone sleep?
Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I just 5 minutes. How did everyone sleep?
She's still sitting cross-legged on the pillows and stuff that she sat on. It was actually fairly comfortable, actually. The thing that was not comfortable, and she points to the drawing again, was that it was not a dream. Fig, I was transported somewhere with this figure, and it was not okay. And it's been a lot going on.
Where did you go?
She picks up the second piece of paper with the stack of dead body stick figures in a circle in a makeshift hallway. I think it was this figure's home. Did he say his name to me, DM? He did? Okay.
Yeah, he introduced himself as Garth.
He said that his name, and then she'll hunch over and write Garth on the bottom of the piece of paper. Garth. His name was Garth.
Is he the person, or is he the people wrestling at the bottom?
Oh. Those people were not wrestling. They were piles of bodies. He was the only living thing there that I could figure out.
Why did you draw dead bodies? Were you there when he was making those bodies dead?
No, they were already there, and I did not want to forget.
What did you do when you saw the bodies?
I walked through the circle, and she points to the circle.
Elindra, give me a Arcana check.
Magic. You know it.
18.
Whatever it is.
18. Elindra, there are certain... You're a learned person. Not only just from the accumulated knowledge of your travels and the many different experiences that you've had as the person that you are, but also the fact that you spent a good deal of time just learning when you were with the elves. And there are certain signs and magical circles, and there's a wide variety of different meanings associated with them, but with certain ones, like this one, it is a mark of holding. It will draw certain things to it.
Oh no.
You said a mark of holding or holy?
Holding.
I don't know what a mark of holding is. A mark of holding. And basically drawing certain things into it and keeping them secured there.
But you walked out of this?
Yes, and she points to the hallway.
I'm not sure how
and
you walked out of
through
this.
the with my new feet.
Okay, so this is a mark of holding. It draws certain things to it and keeps them there in the circle.
It sounds like a hug. For dead people.
In a sense. Well, no, it could be alive. You could be alive. You can do it with things like fiends and such.
Right?
Celestials.
Mm-hmm.
Fey, even.
All right. And if I was able to just walk through this circle, why? How? Because I walked through this home of Garth. Again, she picks up the face and points at Garth.
Yes, that is Garth. Thank you for showing us again.
He's handsome.
He's very handsome.
Everyone is still operating under the assumption that this is just Atarah's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
This poor
We get it.
queen.
We did it.
Well-
you can pull tens. We get it.
Can I... Okay. Can I make a jump as Elindra? You were dead. And can she put together that maybe, because he's wearing Bahamut's armor. There's just a red fist on it, right? That's what she's drawn.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps were the other bodies wearing that armor?
They were wearing my armor, weren't they?
They were
Which is
wearing
Bahamut's armor.
They were. You could basically, from what you could tell, they were wearing armor identical to the armor that was taken apart and then refitted to your person.
The original one. Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like your friend's armor before we made it this masterpiece.
So maybe they were trying to reach someone connected to Bahamut, and you just happened to be in the armor. So keep the Bahamut thing in the circle, but you're not the Bahamut thing. You can just walk out of the circle. Possibly.
Who was your friend? Should I be taking this armor off?
I don't know who he was. He carried me for a couple of hours, and then we melted him down because he died.
That is not
Facts.
comforting.
Just what happened?
Oh,
but he was...
Literally.
The last thing he remembered was from, 2 years ago. So I think he died then. And that's when... Oh, that's also when Bahamut's temple disappeared.
So he was also dead, and do you have a habit of having dead companions?
Not that I'm aware of.
Previously dead. Mostly dead.
Fair.
Mostly dead.
That is
You're not dead.
Not anymore.
Not yet, anyway.
All right. And she's gonna fold up the pieces of paper and tuck them into her pocket and stand up and all right.
So, where would we like to go? Because if we wanted to go to the Crystal Expanse, I may have remembered that I can do that.
All right.
Maybe.
Like a better way to do it then? Like a quicker way?
Yes. Like a quicker way. And if we want to know more about this Garth person, well, there are more books in the Crystal Expanse, at least ones that I can read anyway.
What is Fig's thought process right now, listening to this exchange?
She is kind of wondering why she would Atarah is as she is. There's been a wide range of emotions of Atarah since yesterday.
Listen, fair.
Yeah. It's been a little, and so she just tried to figure it out.
Hey, but I'm
that's going to become a thing. Just
That was
be ready for it.
Solid.
here for it.
And so the best way for that is going to kind of go forward. And since Elindra does have at least some plan of action, then Fig, she is used to hey, the adventure is only going to start when we actually start to move. So that's the way she's let's do this.
Fig, while this conversation is happening, I need you to give me a perception check.
Perception. That is 16 plus 117.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Fig, as you were watching this exchange between Elindra and Atarah in the... Hold on. Satyr anatomy. Hooves. In your hooves, which are very sensitive, you feel vibrations in the ground. And it's this steady, plodding sound. Sounds like something very large is coming this way.
Ladies. I think that, just take my hunch for this, I think that teleportation be really good at this moment.
It takes a minute to cast. Okay,
shit.
one moment. I can start casting it now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Post haste.
At this point, Elindra and Atarah, you also hear this sound of something very large walking. Sounds like it could at least be 100 feet away.
Oh.
And you're starting to feel the vibrations, and you see sort of the cutlery, the left behind cutlery, and the some of the glassware that's on the bar behind you suddenly start to like shake with each footstep.
You think we should hide, or should I keep going?
No, keep going. We've got to get out of here.
I'm burning this circle into the ground.
Okay. All right. Yes, you start doing the teleportation circle within the using your fire within the confines of this tavern. Fig, you hear these sounds as it starts to get closer. 75, 50, it stops. What do you all do?
I keep casting, and I make sure that they come closer so that they're close to the circle.
Yeah.
Without talking, like Atarah has her hand up.
Okay, I'm going to ask each of you to give me a stealth check.
Amazing.
Guidance. I am casting guidance.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I can't. I'm
Can I do that
casting.
too? Can I cast guidance too?
I
Can
can't.
it go upon whom?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't give it to anyone because I'm already in the middle of casting, but I did roll an 18 for my stealth.
Okay.
I give it to you, Atarah, your guidance.
Perfect. What is it, a D?
D4.
D4. So let me roll that. 4.
Yay, great. That's
So
a 17 for me.
At 12.
17 and a 12.
Shit, you should have taken the guidance.
Okay.
I hate this. I hate this.
Elindra, are we in your circle?
I am hoping to God, yes.
Yeah, we've been.
You're not in the circle because she's making the circle right now.
Okay.
Okay.
You are
I'm
close
making the
by.
circle.
You're at least within 15 feet.
How long does it take? It takes a minute. How long have I been doing it?
Okay. I don't know this scent.
What the fuck is that?
Where are you hiding?
Do we recognize that voice at all?
You do not know who this is or what this is. They're just very large. That's all you know.
Somewhere outside.
And
50
somewhere
feet
outside.
away?
Sorry?
About 50 feet away?
About 50 feet. Maybe slightly closer, but yeah.
How much of this circle have I completed?
You were about halfway done.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Okay. I continue casting.
Okay.
Me too.
I promise that I will let you go. For I'm feeling merciful today.
Seems legit.
I don't take kindly to trespassers, though.
Big is going to go ahead and cast invisibility on herself.
Perfect.
Bye, guys.
Your hooves run out the door. No, I'm just kidding. With Fig being invisible, is there like a front window? There's kind of like a window-ish, right? That
Oh yeah, there's
Outside.
several windows that look out the front of the building.
can she just very gently, because of course hooves on wood is not the softest, but kind of
Clip, clop,
yeah, a little bit, just over and see. Can she look out the window, and what does she see?
Okay. You see, the reason why the impacts of this thing's feet were not felt as violently as they could have been is because there is a very, very, very healthy amount of snow, white powdery snow upon the ground, freshly fallen within the night. That doesn't help you though, as this thing seems to be maybe one of the reasons why the snow is here. As standing at about 21 feet high and looking to weigh a healthy 8,000 pounds, is one of the largest frost giants you have ever seen. I'll tell you what. I'll just start counting down from 10. And you can decide to show yourselves or not.
Big turns to Elindra with like the whisper shout.
I'm looking at you like.
Big, at this
How are
point,
we
you
doing?
realize that the snow is just now starting to really come down.
I'm down again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Elindra just realized I'm invisible. You can't see me.
No.
Yeah, no.
Realized.
Oh my god.
Suddenly cutlery and cups just start coming at Elindra.
Yeah, right.
I would like to use. Oh, I'm still casting. Because I can use Ghostly Gaze to see through all solid objects, which is a pact boon. Oh, fuck. Okay. I was like, I can see where they are. How are we doing? How are we doing for casting?
Right. Yeah. Right.
You're about 3/4 of the way done.
Okay. So like another like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You said it count to 10.
Yeah. Fig
Okay.
will
10,
move back away from the
9,
window. Go and like
Eight.
gently grab Atarah so she knows that it's Fig,
7,
and then ease into like right next to Elindra.
6.
So they are in the creation
Proximity.
of the circle.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
proximity.
can you cast illusions?
5,
Make something outside. Make it run.
4,
Yes.
3.
She
How
will.
close?
You all really aren't going to come out of the tavern now?
Is there like a
Is there a window 30 feet like within us, like our proximity, that like I could
I have an idea.
use thaumaturgy and open and slam?
Like on another building?
No, just like not directly where we're standing. Just like a little like we're trying to climb
So
out
there's
the
a bay
window
of
or
windows
something.
that go around. Like there's 4 bays of windows.
Okay.
2 by the front entrance, and then 2, one at sort of the corner, and then one on the opposite wall.
Okay.
And they're sort of looking out into Thartiad. You get actually a very good vantage point of like the different streets as they sort of go out into the different parts of the city. This frost giant is standing about 45 feet away, just staring very intently at the tavern.
Can Fig
2.5.
minor illusion and then take we'll say
2
footsteps.
1/5.
There are footsteps that are just running, like just in the snow, away to like the side of the tavern, like just like it went out the front door, just to the side of the tavern.
He rolls a natural 20.
Oh jeez.
He is not. Frost giants are not known for being brilliant. They're in fact probably one of the least brilliant out of all of their giant brethren. But he is not fooled in this instance by your nice little frozen footsteps.
I look at you as I'm casting, and I'm like, "That's the best you have."
That is funny, little ones. This is amusing to me.
Oh, sure.
Listen. My name is Thingorn, and I am here because I smelled food that had been prepared here. And I thought to myself, there hasn't been anyone in this part of the world in quite some time.
He's senile.
I
love
should
him.
go and find out what is going on. What kind of pretty little things are doing shenanigans in this part of my territory.
He's a pretty. Is he nice? Is he nice? I think he's nice. I think he's nice.
Insight checks.
Give me an
Willies.
insight check.
I'm scared shitless, guys. Okay, I rolled a 4. I'm sitting here like, I just need to get this done.
Whether it's sort of the franticness that you are engaged in right now, trying to make this teleportation circle work, or it's just like you've never encountered a frost giant before, Elindra. You don't know what body language / facial tics might actually clue you into whether or not they are a good dude.
It's fair.
But at this sort of utterance, this frost giant with a very giant, very mean-looking ice axe sort of sits down, crisscross applesauce, in the middle of one of the streets, and just looks in the direction of the tavern.
I feel like you're being very dramatic.
You just shut that out.
I just shout that out as I'm casting and trying to make
Yeah,
this. I'm just trying to buy us time.
At this point, the spell completes and the teleportation circle ignites in the way that is unique to Elindra's teleportation circle. It is harmless blue flame.
Ooh. How long does this circle last? How long do we have to jump in?
Like around. It's around.
6
I think.
seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get in.
Okay, yeah, we jump in.
As you jump in, you hear the very faintest, because you've jumped in, but the last thing you hear before jumping in is sort of the disappointed sigh of Thingorn.
I'm sorry.
The lonely frost giant. There is the momentary pressure as you are suddenly shunted through space, and you feel not entirely pleasant, but it gets you there quick. Suddenly, you sort of stumble into each other as you suddenly come off of one of the teleportation circles within the city. Hold on 1 second. Within the
Get
city.
Off me. Guys, that poor giant.
Yeah, I wanted to
I feel
open
like
the
he
door
would've killed us.
and be like, "Hey!" but then have the circle ready for us to jump into.
Right?
Trust him. I didn't.
It didn't last that long.
I didn't trust him enough to have a full-on conversation with him.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8.
You want me to roll a D100?
Yes.
Or just
give me a D1? Yeah, give me a percentile roll.
Sorry, it froze. Okay. 70.
70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Whether it was because of the the momentary duress that you were experiencing going through the process of trying to create a teleportation circle, which is something that you haven't done often. But in this moment, you thought you had everything right up until the giant started counting past 3 and started going
I
into
didn't know they could
smaller
do that.
fractions of numbers. And you realize as you step out of this that this hall is not the one that you were expecting.
Ooh.
It is, you do recognize, as you can see, the 5 elven guards that are standing out directly opposite the teleportation circle.
Great. We love this.
As these elven guards bear witness to their teleportation circle side suddenly activating, and suddenly stepping through it is... Are you disguising your fire?
I'm not on fire, so it is just
Okay.
the fire that comes through. I'm still Elindra me.
Yeah. Okay. An elf, a tiefling, and a satyr suddenly...
Invisible. I'm still invisible.
Invisible.
No, you cast magic, so you're not.
It was a...
Sorry.
Oh, does it... Anytime I cast magic, it'll drop
The
into
moment, yeah,
concentration?
yeah.
Oh, boom.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on
Okay,
one
just
second.
kidding.
Let's see. Hold on one second.
My minor illusion. I break my invisibility.
Yep. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Okay.
So
Fig thinks she's invisible.
It's like... so...
So
Try
this
to
very,
walk
very
away.
tall, very tall satyr stumbles out, looking very suspicious.
Yeah. So it's not made for stealth.
Elindra, you recognize through just the runes within the room. Hold on one second.
I just sent you a list of my
Oh,
characters.
no.
in
I
case you
have
need
it. I already have it pulled up.
Hey.
Thank you. So, as you walk into or walk out of the teleportation circle and see the 5 guards, you recognize that these 5 guards are not guards from Elhathir.
Oh, shit.
These are guards from Ganadel, which is a smaller city southwest of Elhathir. You are within the Crystal Expanse. You are north of the human fortress of Strathenberg. And you are in the way the city is constructed. It is actually constructed out of 2 glacier flows, ice flows, that have, through magic, have remained permanently frozen. But they are 2 cities that have, or 2 flows that have come together and formed a city within the tunnels of this glacier.
Please don't kill us. I messed up.
The elven guards also, they look at you. There's 2 female guards, 3 male guards that approach you with spears leveled at you.
I immediately, because normally Elindra hides her ears where she's been, so she immediately puts her hair back. He goes, "Hello, my name is Elindra
That throws them
Shadowgast."
off even more.
Oh, shit.
And so, an elf, a tiefling, and a satyr. Satyr, we don't see your kind here often, or at all, really. That is most peculiar. What your names?
I'm Elindra Shadowgast.
Shadowgast.
Yes.
Daughter of Alistair and Elysia.
Yes. Yeah, you would know them. Yes.
Huh. That is interesting. What brings you to Ganadel and with such company?
So, long story short, I was in Ashcaleen, and then Ashcaleen exploded, and I had to run away, and then I met these two, and we teleported here. I tried to go home, but I got scared, and I messed up. So, I'm here.
I see. I'm so sorry that your journey
It's
has
been
been
very
so
hard.
fraught. Is Elindra like laying it on thick right now, or is...
Yes.
Love
She
it.
immediately starts going into, I am a spoiled brat.
Okay, give me
Perfect.
well, actually no, you weren't really lying. So yeah.
No, I wasn't lying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
It's been really rough.
Really hard. I
Um,
just don't want to see my father.
I I'm so sorry for your troubles. Yes, the Shadow Guests are friends of Ganadel, so I will alert the city elders to your arrival. We'll find some way of housing you, uh, unless, of course, you wish to depart immediately.
I look at the other two. I could try again, if you like. Make another circle.
The
To try to
sooner,
go home.
yeah, the sooner the better. I mean, we've got to get you back to your home anyway, right?
Will
Fine.
they say that they saw us?
What would you say? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What will they say that they saw us if we absolutely decide to?
Would they tell my father that I'm here? Yes.
So where are we going to go next?
So we would be going actually home. Which means that I would see my father anyway.
Atarah, what do you think?
I look back at the guards. Anyone heard news of my father?
What I know is that he is a close advisor to the king, and that he is afield fighting the war in the south.
So still alive then? Wonderful.
At least our last reports are they are still alive, yes. Although it is very concerning hearing this story regarding Ashcaleen. This is not of our doing, yes?
No, it was not. Fire rained down from the sky.
No, that does not sound like us. Yes, I will, I think it'd be best if you stayed here, at least until our city elders had a chance to ask you some questions regarding the goings-on. It has been at least a fortnight since we've heard any intelligence from our armies in the south, with the king at war. I'm sure the city elders would love to at least hear some of what has gone on.
Of course. Of course I'll stay. Wonderful. Can I have a bath?
I'm sorry?
I need somewhere where I can change. I've been in the muck and running for my life.
Give me a persuasion check.
Guidance.
I'm like, I feel like she would just be like, right, if I have to stay. That's actually a 21.
Hey.
Hey, okay. Hold on one second.
I'm a warlock. My charisma is good.
We're gonna get the finest tavern.
Yeah, right?
It's gonna be the finest.
The captain of the Elven Guard there introduces himself as Flynn. And
What?
Flynn Haylond.
Is he hot?
He's an elf. And
I blink. I flutter my eyelashes.
He's a cross between Legolas and Henry Cavill's The Witcher.
So perfect is what you're telling me.
It's your words. So,
Arm person. Just kidding.
so Captain Flynn gestures to the other elves and says, "We should do well to accompany these travelers and get them to some form of rest. Sounds like you've gone through it."
I really have. It's been horrible.
Yes.
There were vampires. It was a nightmare.
I'm sorry, they're what?
Ashcaleen was full of vampires.
As this story sort of gets more and more like incomprehensible and just insane sounding, with fire raining from the sky and just vampires and the utter destruction of Ashcaleen and explosions.
And she's being completely honest though about it. She doesn't look like she's lying.
And he just his eyes just sort of narrow. Vampires.
Yes.
Undead.
Uh-huh.
In the human capital of Ashcaleen.
Uh-huh.
And you saw all of this.
Uh-huh. I even met with one of the resistance leaders. Oh, did you know that the queen had done a coup?
Yes. Yes. Let's we need to get these. We need to get this one to the city elders immediately. And he just gestures to two of the guards, and they immediately flank the three of you. Not in a threatening way, just they're escorting. And he says, "Yes, follow me at once."
I put my arm around his, like I link elbow arms with him. Go on, lead on.
This is Lassery, one of the female elves, Lassery Mithanmir, and hold on. And then the other female guard is Eliel Berland.
I really would like you to put these all in the chat later because I am not spelling them right.
I'll do that right now.
Atarah is just making the weirdest faces as all of this is being said out loud.
I message you. I actually, guys, yeah, I don't think you guys, you don't know it. And Fig, you don't know it either.
No.
You don't know what actually happened.
No. Atarah is like,
you.
Fig saw things. Fig saw things in Ashcaleen. But were
secret things.
They were bamfed away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're finding out what actually happened.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I message you, Atarah, and I'm like, please make your face less suspicious. And you This is why I didn't want to come here, honestly.
Good day to learn interesting new facts.
She fell on her head earlier as we were running. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Totally understand. It is, you all seem to have been through quite a lot. Fig, it's at this point that both Lassery and Eliel, they're on either side of the group, but they're both looking at you with very attentive gazes. Like they're paying more attention to you than the other members of the group. And at this point, you are walking down an icy hallway. The fortress that you are in of Ganadel is, as I said, it is fully housed within a massive ice flow glacier. And you hear the faint sounds of the wind and of a winter storm howling on the outside. You've gone from one wintry location to an even more wintry location.
Gross.
But despite that, everything is actually very warm inside this glacier. And you can hear occasionally like the faint drip, drip, drip sounds of like ice trickling into water, but not in any way like leading to water around you. Just everything is completely dry. Everything is also like you can see off in the distance, like past the icy walls, there are these shadows that sometimes move that indicate that there might be another person on the other side, but it is all completely like you can't see details. It's just you see the shadow of somebody. As you begin to make your way down this hall, you see that you're coming to an entrance to the building that houses the teleportation circle. And as you come to the entrance, suddenly it opens up into this massive, expansive, domed structure. And you hear the sounds of crystals, ice crystals that are just gently with the sounds of the ice storm or the snowstorm outside are gently just sort of like clinking against each other and making almost a very, very sweet wind chimey kind of music. Sort of like an organ playing the high notes. As you make your way out into this very hustling and bustling elven metropolis of sorts. It is all ice as far as the eye can see, but you see various icy residential buildings that eventually look as you see them grow up out of the ground or out of the ice itself, look to form some kind of like almost support structure, almost like a tree, an icy tree, very reminiscent of many hundreds of years ago when the elves were first within the Velven Forest before they made the massive exodus to the Crystal Expanse. And now they have built their own ice forest within this space.
Cool.
And all of these trees look like they house their own unique light, almost like all of this, Elindra, like you've been to places like this before. You've never been to Ganadel, but you have been to. There are places like this in Elithir, and inside these ice trees are actually the spirits of the satyrs. Or not the satyrs.
I was gonna be like, oh no.
You must get out of here now.
Not satyrs. These are
like dryads?
Yes, thank you. Dryads. My notes, my God. These are the spirits of the dryads who originally inhabited within the Elven Forest, and their spirits were taken as basically they were uprooted by the elves and taken away, because it was either the elves uprooted them and planted them elsewhere, or the humans came in and bulldozed everything. And so it was kind of the lesser of two evils. The elves saw a way of preserving the magic and just giving it a new home. And you see in the treetops of these ice trees, there are homes that are within this massive domed structure. And you do see off in the distance, there is a much larger structure that almost looks, oh, where is it? Where is it? Hold, please.
Look back to you. Do you like it?
This is nice.
I've never seen anything like this. It's really fantastic.
Yeah,
It's quite magical, isn't it?
The crystals are. It's a good touch, you know. Yeah, it's good. I would come here again.
It is a little weird, the constant sort of tingling I keep hearing. I'm sure you get used to it, but
It doesn't always do this. There's a bit of a storm going on. In the breeze, right?
it is true. Oh. And how do they keep everybody from
Freezing?
Yes.
Magic.
Yeah.
You
The
okay?
Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore in Florence. It is this.
Oh.
It looks like this building.
I'm like, have I been here? Let's see.
Ooh,
Yes.
cool.
Yes, I have.
Beautiful basilica.
You, the governmental buildings all are fairly similar looking, so you know that this is where the city elders would meet, and a lot of the arcanists of the elves would also meet Elindra. At this point, Fig, one of the elven guards just sort of sidles up to you.
Hello.
And this would be Lassery Methanmir. And she says, Are all Fey creatures as beautiful as you are?
Yeah, Lassery was it? You know, you can't charm a charmer, so unfortunately I would say no, not everything of us as Fae is whimsical. So I am singular. But you are stunning as well. You carry yourself with such pride and such, just strength too. You're amazing the way you look.
Lassery blushes like very deeply in this moment. Whether it's from, your words or just, it is a bit chilly and dry in this new environment. Or not new for them, but new for you guys. You eventually reach the outer gate of the building that is known as the Elder Tree. And at this point, Captain Flynn, he takes off his helm, and he says, Lassery, Eliel, please return. I can take it from here. Lassery looks slightly wistfully at having to be separated from just the presence of Fig, but eventually just turns and walks back in the direction of the teleportation building.
The moment she is gone, I turn to Fig and I'm like, why didn't she fit with me like that?
Would you like for me to? Huh?
Of course I would.
Fig just takes like a lock of Elindra's hair, just tucks it behind her ear.
Oh, okay, yes, I would. Okay, stop it.
Captain Flynn is seeing all of this going on. He's like, we shouldn't keep them waiting. And
I mean, they don't even know we're here.
he walks up the looks to be about like 10 steps up to the main entrance, and the guards at the main gate open into the larger building. This is like, as you enter, it's like a massive lobby that goes up into this massive, I'm saying the word massive a lot. It is. It's just massive. Into
Yeah, you are.
this very large ceiling. And you can see on the ceiling itself are several paintings of sort of the history of the elves. At least in this particular building, the elves as they have reached from the moment they reached the Crystal Expanse. And talking about the many sort of the feats of magic that had to be enacted to construct a city such as this. And it talks about the some of the wise ones of Ganadel, and how in some ways, though it is not as exciting, and this is all stuff that Elindra is picking up, because Atarah, do you speak Elvish?
No.
Fig, do you speak Elvish?
I
You
do.
So Fig and Elindra, you both are sort of seeing this. Elindra, you might get some more of the nuances of it because of what you've studied, but some of these paintings, though it may not seem as interesting, depict the elves and their great patience in diplomacy, and how certain things that the wise ones of the city of Ganadel have done in regards to their proximity to Strathenberg Fortress has actually forestalled any future conflict between the humans and elves. And it is those moments in histories that are depicted on the ceiling above. And different treaties and different moments of peace that are established. Regardless, Elindra, you do know that your father is currently in the field, or far afield, with the king, at war with the Human Kingdom.
Not here, though.
Not here. Eventually, Captain Flynn brings you into an antechamber that opens into some sort of like stadium style, almost like senatorial seating that comes down to this main dais, all of which has 15 seats of different elves. Looks to be an even split male, female elves. And they are whispering amongst each other, some more animated, depending on what kind of topic they're discussing. Eventually, one of the female elves sees Captain Flynn and gestures him down. Captain Flynn gestures to you. Please follow. And he walks down to the area right before the dais and then gestures for you to climb onto the dais.
I sigh. Hesitate for like half a second. Lift up my skirts and climb onto the dais. Also,
climb. There are stairs.
Yes, but like, you know what I mean.
Right now actually is a perfect moment to take a 5.
Okay.
So I can get some water.
Amazing.
And we're back. Okay. So, Elindra, you have just arisen onto the dais with Fig and Atarah. Before you are 14 elders, 7 female, 7 male. They all seem to be of
Didn't you just say 15?
14.
You said 15.
Did I say 15?
Bitch, I pay attention.
I'm
I
eliminating.
heard 14. I totally heard 14.
Well, I did distinctly remember saying 7 and 7.
Yeah, I thought you said 15 and then you said split, and I was like, huh.
One of them is
I
split
did the same
in
thing.
half.
One of them is does
One of
not
them
classify.
is non-binary.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. It was actually 14. There are 7 and 7. And they are a variety of ages. All ages seem to be represented here. There are some that seem to be as young as 79 years old, which is very young for an elf.
It is.
And some as old as 328. But they all are...
Oh, I'm an infant here. I'm 24. I'm like 20-something. Like, I'm an infant.
I thought it was just that you looked 24.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I thought I was born and then I like lived my life. I am like 24 and then I left. Like, I'm a noobs. I'm a newbie noobs.
So would that make you the youngest of your siblings? Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
I think so. I only have one, right?
You have
I have
your sister.
I have an elder sister. Yeah.
An older sister, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Mm-hmm.
The black sheep baby.
Got it. Yes. So, Captain Flynn brings you onto the dais and looks at you and then gestures to the city elders and says, Elders, I have here some travelers, one of whom is actually one of our own. And they have some rather unsettling news of some goings-on in the south, specifically regarding Ashcaleen. And I felt that it was necessary that I bring them here so that they might share their words with you. At this point, the eldest, a bald and blue-eyed elf stands, says, "Thank you, Flynn. Let us hear their words." And he gestures at you, Elindra. What brings you to Ganadel, child?
Well, it was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to be coming here. I was supposed to be going home, and I messed up.
And
I scared your guards.
Captain Flynn's just like, we weren't scared. We were just...
You were a little,
weren't expecting people to come through the teleportation circle is all.
Frighten them.
We were where we were supposed to be.
I saw him jump.
Be that as it may, mistakes sometimes, happy accidents. So, what stories of the South do you have for us?
Ashcaleen is gone. It exploded.
What do you mean gone? At this point,
and all the temples are gone as well.
One of the younger female elves, a tall, lanky elven woman, looks to be about 89, maybe. It's long, straight black hair and golden eyes. Sort of stands up. The elder elf doesn't seem to be a bit bothered by the fact that this younger elf is standing up asking questions. They're an elder. That's what they're entitled to. And what do you mean gone?
It's exploded. It's ruins. It's rubble. Everything. Except the castle.
This immediately causes a hush and then slight murmurs from all of the elves as they sort of all look to each other. And then the oldest elf raises his hands and everyone just quiets down. Exploded, you say?
Yes.
What is the cause of this cataclysm?
Fire raining down from the sky.
Give me a deception check.
Not lying entirely.
It's not the reason that Ashcaleen
19.
exploded. 19?
Wait, deception? Hang
yes,
on.
deception.
Come on, I gotta be better at deception. I am great at deception. I add, huh?
And so you better be as a warlock.
23.
23. This causes even more hush and murmurs and and the eldest looks at you and says, "And what of your companions?"
We're survivors from Ashcaleen.
What brought you
So-
to Ashcaleen? How did you find yourself to be in that place? One such as yourself is so high-born.
I got bored and decided to travel, and also Daddy said no, so I decided yes.
Very headstrong of you.
Please don't tell him I'm here. I immediately lose all my cool.
Well, I'm sorry. I confess, we did not inform your father, but your mother is
Damn it.
aware that you are here.
That was very fast. I didn't even expect you. You brought. I look at the captain. You brought me right here.
Oh yes, and I'm so sorry. I alerted the elders that you were here the moment you arrived. It seemed necessary.
I look
given
betrayed.
That, it seemed necessary given that you are unexpected guests.
Okie dokie. She's staying at home, right?
We do not know what your mother's travels plans are, but I would assume that she would remain at home.
Perfect.
At this point, one of the sort of middle-aged looking elves, with long, wavy purple hair and bright brown eyes, stands and looks at you, Fig. And what does our sister of the Fey give as her excuse for why she was there?
I was performing.
Performing?
Yes. You've not seen one of my performances.
They all look at each other. I'm sorry, we have not had the pleasure.
Would
We
you
don't
like the
usually-
pleasure?
I'm sorry.
They would like the pleasure.
They
You
would
should
like the
perform.
pleasure?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fig. What were you saying?
No, she said, would you like the pleasure?
Are you saying that directly to like one individual or to the whole group?
Whoever just like said to her, but she
Okay.
is projecting it as in like,
Okay. The woman who just said that to you, it was yes. Her name is Airwell Malanthier. I will put all of these names.
Thank
in
you
the
so
chat.
much.
Thank you so-
all 14 of them. This is she has long, wavy purple hair and deep brown eyes. And she is very much taken aback by sort of your response. You're very confident response. And her cheeks don't blush, but the very tips of her ears change slightly in hue. And she sits back down immediately. And at this point, the eldest of the elves, at this point, only a few of them have talked or asked a question. The others, they seem to be very focused on either Fig or on Atarah, as they don't get many tieflings here in the Crystal Expanse.
Can I leave? Can I leave and just...
Can I leave? And
gone. I'm gone.
All these facial expressions that I have been making is Atarah making these expressions. So everything that everybody has been saying, Atarah is hearing this like for the first time. What's going on? This poor bean is just having a hard time, and it keeps getting worse. Everywhere they keep going, like she's like, I thought this was going to be easy, and it just keeps getting worse.
At this point, you see two of the elders confer. One, a shorter than all of the other elves. It's the half elf, the one that we're missing because never mind.
Yep.
They're shorter than the rest, but they have straight brown hair and black eyes. The other one, she has long, wavy, dyed orange hair, it looks like, with hair shaved on both sides and green eyes. And both of them are looking at Atarah, and they're whispering to each other. And finally, after some conversation between the two of them, the one known as Aradhel Galamine stands, the one with the orange hair, stands and says, "And what brings the horned one here?" She's gesturing at Atarah.
I'm like, I feel like that could be either of them.
Yeah.
The infernal one.
Yes, I have been sent to return this spoiled one here home.
How rude.
But I am just here to protect you.
I turn just a little bit and like cast message, and I'm like, shut your mouth.
It's open. She said it.
Yeah.
At this point, Aradhel says, "Oh, so you are this one's bodyguard?"
In the manner of speaking, I am quite skilled.
Oh, you are you?
Yes. Yes.
Atarah, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great. We love it. Oh my god.
Oh, what saving throw?
Dexterity. Guidance. No.
Yes.
Shh.
Can't do it on the saving throw, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think I have a thing where I can undo a saving throw. Hold on. Give me a second. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah, I did not do well. I'm gonna use my Indomitable, and it says that you can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. I assume a 6 would fail a dex save.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Like, she'll notice like something's a little off, and I'll bless 19.
Okay,
that's way better.
There we go.
Like, she'll notice like something shift and feel like, ooh, not right.
Whether it's your ability to read body language specifically surrounding an attacker.
Yeah.
You sense just the slightest tick in Aradhel's body language. And then you also notice the other elf, the other one that Garadhel was talking to, Finale Eldarina. And they suddenly in a blur of speed, draw swords. And they bring their swords right to the nape of your neck. But then Finale tries to, using her own maneuver, tries to trip you and make you lose your footing. You succeeded in your dexterity saving throw, and you are not knocked prone.
Is this normal? Like, is this something they would do?
This is very hostile.
Yeah.
This is something that you've never encountered before, Elindra. But
Yeah, but you're not.
You're not
Can
entirely
I-
sure whether.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
The one that tried to trip her when
Finale.
I telekinetically shove her 5 feet back. Just out comes my hand.
Okay.
How dare you?
Is there a save to that or no?
I think it's strength. Give me 1 sec. Well, I go and look. It's a strength saving throw, DC 17.
Rolled a 5.
Amazing.
Finale tries to go for she has the blade to the nape of your neck, and she tries to sweep the leg with her other foot. Her foot makes contact with your foot, and you do not move. It's like a solid rock. And you just hold your ground right there, and then suddenly, Finale is blasted back 5 feet, not losing her footing, just suddenly blasted away from Atarah. What does Fig do?
Fig is kind of wondering, does this just normally happen?
I'm like shaking my head.
No.
The eldest elf, Penlador Lithtower. Gonna have to remember all these names, guys. All of them. Every single
You
one.
did
They're
this to
You better
yourself.
put them all in your
all
chest.
super, super important. All of them. And Penlador raises his hand and says, Finale, Aradel, you have been warned in the past. We do not attack our guests just because they are not elves. Clearly, this one was hired by this elf to protect her, to provide her with safe passage on her roads and her journeys. We do not draw distinctions here.
Fig glances over at Elindra and is like, and I thought they would be more civilized.
So did I. I promise you we are. Absolutely abhorrent. I can't even say the word. Abhorrent.
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 Fuck it.
Abort.
Absolutely disgusting.
Abort.
Despicable.
Abort.
You keep saying that the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Penlador, after having sort of gotten control over the meeting once again, says, you say that Ashcaleen is no more, and that it was from fire from the sky, and that all that remains is the central castle. You did not teleport from there, though. Where were you?
First of all, how do you know where I teleported from?
That was an educated guess. Just what we know
do you
about-
see the future?
Just
you
what
watching?
we know about Ashcaleen and where you might be able to teleport from. If there's only a castle left,
I can
that means that the
teleport
other
from
teleportation
anywhere.
circles are not active. So I would assume that you would have to be outside the city. So where were you?
Excuse me, I can make my own teleportation circle. So,
Really? You're that gifted of an arcanist to do something such as that?
That's how we got here.
This is why she needs somebody to protect her, but more or less make sure she gets home.
This point, one of the eldest, one of the older women, elven women in the group, stands and says, "Listen, I do not think it is right that we have attacked this one and disparaged them in front of our High Council here. That is not our way. Aradhel, Finale, I know that you've only been on the seats here for a few years, but those years have done very little to calm your intemperance. We are better than this. On behalf of everyone here, I extend our humble apologies. The young ones are far too bold. Miss Elindra.
I make a face. The young ones.
Miss Elindra, do you
Yes.
wish to go home?
I suppose I do.
Very well. Well, we'll have one of our teleportation circles available to you when you wish to make use of it. Till that time, feel free to enjoy the comfort of our city for as long as you need. And let your companions feel free to explore as they wish.
Wonderful.
Although, word of caution. She looks at you, Fig.
Damn.
Oh yeah, just so you thought, just when you thought that it was safe.
Yeah, right?
Word of warning. I don't want to hear any stories about you taking certain things from certain individuals and them losing time or losing memories. That would be most unfortunate.
Heard.
No, we're very familiar. Our elder brethren, the Eladrin, they sometimes frequent our cities, and they tell us all sorts of stories of the many mysterious creatures that exist within the Feywild.
I was just like, I side eye you, Fig, and I'm just like, you're a satyr. What do they think you're going to do? Eat their children?
The younger ones are more susceptible. That's all.
fair.
Captain Flynn, you sort of see a look of like horror as he realizes that he already gave his name to the three of them.
She owns you now. You're fine.
Unless anyone has any questions, I think we should let our friends here depart. And Captain Flynn, I believe that you are capable of ushering them out and making sure they find lodging. Yes, of course. Should they wish it, unless they wish to depart immediately, yes, I'm more than capable. Very well. We shall consider you released from this elder meeting. And in a way, it's almost like she is dismissing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck with the vampires. And then I walk off the stage.
This girl.
Let's go. And I've like grabbed my buddies.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Captain Flynn sort of is like, oh yeah, I'll follow them. And Captain Flynn sort of comes behind the three of you, and he sort of like tries to get ahead and just like open the door for the three of you as you exit the elder tree.
Oh, jeez.
Quite rude, aren't they?
What do you wish to do?
That could have gone better.
I message you guys both and I say, do you want me to set them on fire? What?
No, we haven't got our lodgings yet. Or they
Just
haven't
stay
fed
here.
us either. Well, do you want to stay here, or where is it that you want to go at this moment? Where do you think?
I don't care. We can go home. I thought that was the plan.
Yes, but you seemed a little less than pleased about that. I feel like
Well, I didn't leave on best terms, so
With your father, right?
with everyone. More
With
like,
everyone.
Elindra, you're not allowed to go. And I was like, Elindra's gonna go anyway.
So if we do go home, to your home,
uh-huh.
who will be there?
Sounds like Mummy's there. And my
How is
sister.
your relationship with her?
It's a relationship.
Strained at best. Okay.
Listen, I'm a disappointment. I didn't have magic for most of my life, and we're very magical. And now I have it, and they don't know how I got it.
Say you earned it.
Yes, I did, by accepting my real father.
You can leave that part out to leave it just lingering in the air. You know?
oh yes.
Don't have to tell the whole thing to tell the truth. You can tell half truths. You can tell
I
white
do
lies.
all the time.
Then
I
again,
lie all the time. Have we not?
Yes,
Okay.
I see this. I see it very clearly. Wonderful.
Atarah, you seem in pain.
You're
I-
right.
I'm very confused. It has been a very long day. Less than 24 hours, I'm thinking. And there's so much going on. So much has happened.
Elindra, if we bring Atarah to your home, how will they take her? How will they deal?
I mean, about the same, I suppose.
Do we have to confess that she is your bodyguard?
I could say I hired her.
Okay.
It would be very believable, actually. So
The
How
truth
big
it
is your
is.
house? You have a big house?
I do, yes.
Big tub?
And
Very big tub. Very big tub.
Then what are we waiting for?
yeah, let this go.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
was that
Captain.
entire conversation related to a tub?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
It's a great
We
determining
would
factor.
all
Let's
like
be
to
real.
bathe, and Captain, we asked you for a bath, and you decided that we had to go and see your elders in muck. That's quite rude. This entire city is rude.
It really is.
Captain Flynn is lost for words. And he tries to form like a sentence, but then he sees the three of you, and you're all just sort of like looking at him with slight disdain. And he is, so here's,
I'm going to tell my father and my uncle this. We were treated so poorly here.
Interesting.
It's perfect.
Okay. He tries to compose himself, and then you just see him in the effort to compose himself. He suddenly becomes even more embarrassed because he realizes that he looks like he's trying to compose himself. And finally, he's just like, "Ladies, I do apologize if I have made an egregious error, and anything that I might do to set it aright, I would endeavor to. Please, just tell me where you wish to go, and I will do my best to make sure that you get there safely."
We require your nicest tavern room, as well as outfits to wear so that I may return home not looking like this tomorrow.
Sadly, I cannot give you a tavern room. I do have...
You can pay for one, though.
I think I'm... And you see sort of a little bit of confidence return. I think I might be able to do you slightly better with... there are some vacant apartments. With the soldiers away at war, some of the lodging within the city is currently vacant, which would suit you quite well, I think. Much nicer than some tavern. And you would be able to... head there right away, should you wish it.
That sounds nice.
Yes.
But we still need the outfits.
And food.
The outfits. Yes. I can. I'll look into that. And this is something he does not sound confident on at all.
We get military uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like he's most likely going to bring you like a nice suit of armor.
Yeah, like fighting
Perfect.
leopards.
Amazing. Exactly.
And he says, if you will accompany me, I will deliver you to this apartment, and then I will make arrangements for whatever else you might require.
Food.
Food.
Yes. Wine.
Wine.
Lots of wine.
I can...
I saw an entire city burn. I need to forget it.
Very well. Not uniforms.
Clothing. I have to return to the palace.
Clothing,
Are you going to send me to the palace in a uniform?
Clothing, wine, and
Food.
victuals, foodstuffs. Yes.
And pillows. Pillows.
You're
We
very
need
attractive when you're flustered.
He does have a nice flesh, doesn't he?
He does.
Look at him.
He suddenly starts to like the tips of his ears have now gone like a bright pink, and his elves don't normally like sweat under this much stress. It's usually like they have to be in the heat of battle. He's starting to perspire, and he just like does his best to compose himself, and then looks at Elindra and says, "I will get you everything you need. Please follow me." And he begins to walk away from you at a pace. And he's headed...
grab Fig. And as we chase, as I high five you, as we kind of chase after him, I make sure that he hears this. Fig, should we ask him to come and spend some time with us? I'm sure he would sit so nicely between us.
And I believe he would be skillful enough to handle the entire evening.
I think he might be.
You were
What do you think
behind you guys going like
vastly
this?
overestimating this person.
We are not. We're just making him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
At
Make
this
him stumble.
point, you are moving. You all three or all four of you are moving along. You're trying your best to keep up. He's not running away from you, but he's moving at a steady clip because he's just like, this is the most uncomfortable I have felt in quite some time. And eventually you do make your way into a district of the city known as the Starway. The reason it's called the Starway is because in this particular part of the domed space that houses the city of Ganadel, there are cracks that and fissures in the ice that when the moon or the sun shines through, there's like almost a kaleidoscope effect that just creates this prism of light upon the ground. But because of the way that the fissures are in the ice, it's like pinpricks all over. It's like, when you're at prom and you're all dancing in the gym. Because we all had the same prom experience, right?
Yeah, right. It's one universal prom experience.
Yeah, this one universal gym that we've all been in.
Oh yeah.
With that one I said crystal ball. I almost said crystal ball. The
like a disco ball.
The disco ball. Thank you. The disco ball in the center that sort of is just lighting everything with like speckles of light everywhere. That's the effect that it's creating with these fissures. You do hear there's this faintest sound of a whistle as the sound of the wind just sort of coming over the fissures, sort of almost like a flute, almost creating its own unique music with the Atarah, with the ice crystals hanging from the ceiling. As you make your way into the Starway, you do notice that the ice building or the buildings that are made of ice here, they look to be much more upscale. Not that the residential areas that you walked through on your way to the Elder Tree were in any way not nice. Like they were all very nice, but these parts, they look like this is where the nicer, the more well-to-do wizards and arcanists in the city would live. And eventually you arrive at this, there's a wall of ice, and it almost looks like there's almost a gated series of apartments.
Yeah.
I am describing, of course, Boca Raton, but if it was ice right now.
Okay.
Big knows what I'm talking about.
Like you drive by, you're like,
basically,
yeah, right.
Yeah. You get it.
This is one property. Yeah,
this whole thing is just one property. And whoever owns this home, they must be very well to do, and they probably wish they were anywhere else, but not at this house.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Great.
That being said, Captain Flynn opens the gate and you find yourself in what looks to be not a mansion per se, but this is a very, very, very nice house. And he takes you to the front door, opens it, you enter, and there are ice sculptures everywhere, just depicting various works of art, various pieces of elvish history that are on display. You also see some artwork, some paintings depicting perhaps some sort of creation story of the gods' work when they were first forming the worlds, forming the material plane and the different planes of existence. And then one painting specifically involving several of the gods reaching into the starry dust and forming the world of Odromia. And all of this is taking place within what looks to be some kind of just starry expanse. And it's like the gods are literally taking the ingredients of the cosmos and putting it all together to then form this one unique world. And it is something that you do notice. It's all the gods. Like, all the gods are there. All of them are present. All of them are working, some more chaotically, some might have even a nefarious or less than altruistic purpose for the creation. But all of it is sort of coming together and influencing the overall makeup of the world. Yes.
All the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of the devils there?
There are 2 that you do notice.
Which ones? Who are they? Asmodeus.
You know one of them very well.
Uncle. And the other one?
One is Asmodeus, and one is Mephistopheles.
Oh, Uncle and Daddy. Uncle and Daddy? I'm gonna have some words.
Fine. Everything's fine. I'm sure.
Daddy helped build the world for real?
Didn't help build the world per se. It's not even the world of Odromia. It's talking about just existence in and of itself. The planes.
Yeah.
And yes, the planes of existence, especially even the infernal ones, even the abyssal ones, they come from something. They're a part of the creation. Elindra, you know that this isn't necessarily the complete conversation. Like, it might be the beginning of the creation moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know for a fact that something happened with the other gods, that eventually there was a disagreement. And what ended up happening was there was an expulsion. And certain members were expelled from the creative work and were cast down. And then we're given, because of the casting down, we're given dominion over certain aspects that were deemed lower parts of creation.
The hells and such.
The 9 hells and the abyss.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Whoever owns this house is, a history buff.
Oh, history buff.
Yeah.
Where's the library?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain Flynn, he seems like slightly eager when you ask him this question about the library. It's this way. It's this way. I know for a fact that Galagal he keeps a very extensive library, and he would probably be honored if one such as yourself perused.
Oh, this is exciting. She immediately, there's lots of books that she on topic. She gets like nerdy excited. Wonderful. Show me immediately.
He takes you down a hallway that is just off of some of the main bedrooms on the first floor, and just off of one of the bedrooms, you see this icy room that has icy bookshelves. It's like in a period Regency piece where you see the bookshelves that are the entire walls.
Oh my god!
Just from
so
like
beautiful.
floor to ceiling books, and just you see parchment paper and books and scrolls. You could spend an entire lifetime in this one space and probably not even fully grasp half of it.
Is there an organization system?
Give me an investigation check.
I cast guidance on myself. I gotta roll a d4. Hang on. Somebody roll me a d4.
A 1.
18.
Oh.
Okay. There isn't one. Gallagher, while he might be a very well-known and very powerful arcanist wizard, accumulator of knowledge, he is very good at the accumulation of it, not very good at the organizing of it. And, you know, nobody's perfect. He is not a type A individual. He just likes ideas and knowledge and all sorts of information.
I want to look for information on creating the planes and if there's a plane, could there be like secret planes? Could be like somewhere where you would hide something or someone.
So you rolled an 18
Mm-hmm.
on your investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say you don't find anything on secret planes. You do find things regarding pocket dimensions and dimensions that are created that were not a natural occurrence out of the creation moment. These were things that happened after. Powerful individuals found that they had the ability to create pocket dimensions, and through that, they were able to store items, store knowledge. They were even able to store themselves in certain moments. All of this, and there's one other nugget of information that you do find. I'll say on an 18, you definitely find it. You do find that there is reference to the God's Workshop. And while it is not a secret plane or a pocket dimension, it is a hidden plane. A plane that has been lost to time and it's where the gods first began their work, and then after their work was done, they decided to walk on or walk into or stroll about the work that they created. And they left the workshop behind. And the workshop, for all intents and purposes, is empty now.
Does it have a name?
The God's Workshop.
The Nevermore.
Ooh.
Last thing that I want to look for. Notes on the Pale Lady.
By Pale Lady, are you referring to Pale Knight?
If that's what it is. I want to know about Grajit's mom.
Okay.
I just that reaction.
That is okay. So there's everything that I will say on the 18, you got the information that you initially set out to seek regarding dimensions, or not dimensions, but secret planes, pocket dimensions, and the tidbits or nuggets of information you found out about the Nevermore. If you're asking about the Pale Knight, that's going to be a bigger check.
Okay.
So yeah, give me another investigation check.
Hang on, I'm rolling my d4 now because I'm guidancing myself. Okay. I don't know what to use. Hang on, let me choose my dice. This is important. I'm gonna take a picture because it's a nat 20.
Hey!
Okay.
Hang on, I'm taking the picture. I'll put it in chat. So that would be, do you want the whole thing, or is just nat 20, nat 20?
Sure. Give me the whole thing.
So that's the nat 20. And then it's my investigation is I believe a 4. Yep. So 24. 27.
Hey.
Okay. There are very few pieces of information that you find regarding Pale Knight, also known as the Mother of Demons. There is a very brief description that you find. It almost reads as a slight
You're mad
poetry.
about this?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I've never gotten a chance to describe her before, so this is good. A strange shimmering in the air announces the arrival of a shape, little more than a billowing white diaphanous sheet. Closer inspection reveals a lithe and seductive form beneath the sheet, a voluptuous feminine figure, indistinct and hazy. Now and then the edges of the sheet rise a little too highly on the nether wind, yet never rises enough to reveal the details that writhe beyond. The being known as the Pale Knight. The sheet is in place because if one were to see what it lies beneath, it would be an invitation for certain death. That's why it's very, very limited in terms of overall detail.
Okay.
It is vaguely feminine, but it is also something that beneath it holds this ancient, dark, and sinister power.
So like Eldritch Horary. Would that's something beautiful? It looks like it might be beautiful, but if you look just a little too closely,
I'll say it this way. From what you know about Grajit, Grajit's mother, if that it is true that Pale Knight, the Mother of Demons, is Grajit's mother, and Grajit is the result of a union between Asmodeus and Pale Knight. Also, you are able to find some allusion to the fact that Asmodeus may have been charmed or seduced. And when he discovered what Pale Knight actually was, or what the visage actually revealed, it was a moment where he immediately disowned any potential offspring.
Oh, so he was there for a while. Like he raised Grajit at some point for a little bit.
No.
No. He was just like, nah.
Yeah, he left the abyss immediately and did not ever try to make any connection with from his perspective, a bastard son. And decided to instead have, relations with other individuals. But never, and the Pale Knight has always taken that as an insult and an affront.
Yeah, I would too, man. Okay, so not great. Cool. And she was definitely pregnant at the time.
There's no, you can assume there's no direct text that indicates that.
Okay, yeah. I'm just assuming because Elindra assumes that that's his mom, Grajit's mom.
Yeah. But based off of what you can assume, it would seem that even despite not having the influence of, Daddy being around in his life, Grajit definitely made the best of it, it seems.
Yeah, he's a mama's boy. Okay. Roger is a mama's boy.
While Elindra is going through all of this investigation in the library, what are Fig and Atarah doing?
I was writing notes.
Yeah, Fig, I was literally listening. I'm like,
yeah, I was going. I was like, I don't know who Grudge it is, but this feels important. I would say that Atarah is probably looking for anything in the library that has to do with Bahamut and kind of brushing up on her religion in the sense that I don't think she's very religious with her negative one to religion. Huh?
I cast guidance.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna kind of just brush up on her general religion and then see if she can find anything about specific types of armor with the marking, the red fist marking, or just kind of figure some stuff out about Garth potentially, if there's anything hanging out.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, perfect.
With guidance.
Gotcha.
Fig, are you also in the library? Are you also?
Yeah, she walked in with them, and can she look or see where it would be to find where stories of the Feywild would be? It didn't get to her negatively, but when it's like, oh, we've heard about, what happens, from Fey beings and stuff. She wants to see, like, where would that...
Oh, that was never a disparaging comment. That was just,
yes,
we are elves on Odromia. The only time we ever really hear about what our brothers in the Feywild are doing are when we encounter one of the Eladrin that are here.
No
Okay.
stories?
That sometimes come here.
Yeah. She's actually still curious to see if there's any stories.
Okay.
Yeah. Where could she...
Give me an investigation check.
Investigaciones. Let's see.
Guidance as well.
You can't guidance everybody.
Yes, I can. I can cast it every 6 seconds at will.
Okay. An investigation +0.
It's okay. Mine's a -1.
15?
Baby!
17?
17 for Fig.
17 for Fig. And Atarah, what was yours?
11.
11.
I tried.
Atarah, you there are a couple organizations that use the red fist as a logo or as a defining mark. None of them good.
Nah. Sorry.
There are a number of clans of assassins, both in Brecca, as well as some chapters that exist in the in cities like Muafi and Zephyr. Basically, in and around the Suristir coast. But one thing that is certain is that there is definitely, or maybe there was at one time a defunct chapter that existed within Nimrione. And there have been some related sightings of others bearing the red fist. Nothing regarding Garth. Nothing regarding... although one thing that you do find, since you were looking about armor, only really paladins of Bahamut wear armor bearing the marking of Bahamut.
Okay.
What you have right now is a very interesting hodgepodge of different materials, some bearing Bahamut's markings and some bearing the marking of Mephistopheles. So, fun.
Love it.
On a 17, Fig. You peruse through the library, sort of not aimlessly, but you're just sort of going from, bookshelf to bookshelf to bookshelf. And then you get to this one section, and it's all about the Feywild. Like, This guy had volumes of stuff about the Feywild. And from the many different creatures that occupy the Feywild to how chaotic the landscape of the Feywild is and how it is constantly ever changing. It's never been mapped, although people have tried to map it and have failed miserably, and the result of which has been insanity on their part, as some of them have gotten lost within the Feywild and just been consumed over time. There are some texts that revolve around the Council of Nine, the 9 Eladrin rulers that occupy the Citadel within the central city within the Feywild. The Council of Nine, or the Citadel rather, is the central city that has many different races that are within the Feywild. It's where you're most commonly going to see Harengon, centaurs, nymphs, satyrs, Eladrin, or high elves. It is a place of, as you know, something that is very native to you, like you were very much aware of it, but for other people, it is very much something that is high fantastical. This is the place of the Unseelie Court. Like, this is so many things. And also, there are, as you know, all manner of archfey that exist within the Feywild. Not all of them good. And then there are some, like Korth Vol, who are kind of ride the line. Although you do know that Korth Vol, from your experience and from his, whether it's a true story or one that he just likes to tell because it makes him seem really cool, he is an ex-member of the Council of Nine. And he was, I guess, too chaotic for everybody and was asked to leave. And so he decided
that sounds so hot.
He decided to take his show on the road and cause chaos elsewhere.
Yeah, Fig believes that. He does.
There are also a number of manuscripts that you find regarding Eladrin Cleric Guardians.
Okay.
Specifically, the rules surrounding them and the consequences of what happens when an Eladrin Cleric Guardian breaks those rules. Ooh. And the rules for the Eladrin Cleric Guardians is that they are the ones who guard the portals between worlds. And they're essentially the almost the policemen of these portals. And they also are responsible for making sure that these portals stay open and protected. Also, on any world where a portal exists that leads to the other, there are always 2 Eladrin Cleric Guardians. You do not know. You're not able to suss. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You rolled a. Hold on. You rolled a 17. Okay. So one other thing that you do know is that there are 2, of course, on Odromia. The only mapped one that you know, or that the elves know about, or at least Galagal knew about, was on an island in the middle of the just west of the Thessarane Abyss, an island called the Whispering Isle. And it is one of the only locations that it is definitively known that there is a portal there. that goes to other. Well, it definitely goes to the Feywild, where all of these portals tend to go to the Feywild first, and then it's sort of like this terminal that branches off into the other parts, which is why it's very easy for these Eladrin Cleric Guardians to guard there, because they're all from the Feywild. It is not yet known where the other portal on Odromia exists. At least in terms of Galagil's studies, it is not known where it exists, although there are rumors that it is possible that it exists somewhere between the Desert of the Silent Mother and the Worms, the mountain range known as the Worms' Spine. But wherever that portal is, there is an Eladrin Cleric Guardian that will be protecting it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know, just admiring the map while you were saying that too. That's why my head was to the side. I was
Yeah.
reading the words.
Oh yeah, because they're every which angle.
Yeah, but still amazing. That's why I'm just sitting here. I'm like, yeah, so good. Side note, well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So cool.
Heck yeah, the lore.
Yeah. Love it.
Bro, it's right there. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm nerding out right now.
Is Flynn still there? Did he leave?
He's
Okay.
he's standing very respectfully, just
Just
sort
like
of.
making sure we don't set shit on fire.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Well, maybe, but
We're
also just
still-
being very respectful and just quiet right now, just sort of watching each of you move from like bookshelf to bookshelf.
Okay.
It looks like he's almost waiting to be told to go and do some other things.
Atarah lifts up one of the like tomes that she opened with like a picture of like the Red Fist logo, and like from across the room, there's no subtlety about this. Like she's just like, do you know what this is over here? This assassin logo or couple different, and she's like flipping through things to like try and piece things together. She has a very low intelligence, everybody. I'm just letting you all know this.
Samesies.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're not dumb, guys. I refuse to let you say that about yourselves, and I'm just very upset when you say that. She can only say that about you.
No, I said that. She didn't. Like, 'cause
Okay.
I usually play high, like intelligence, high wisdom characters. And
I
was
know. It's such a change for you.
Like, uh-huh.
So
For her not to like freak out about this library, it was like real weird for me.
Captain Flynn
She just, like, cool.
approaches you, Atarah, and you're holding up the book, and he just sort of looks
She's
at the
like
book. It's
drawn them on pieces of paper too. Like she's trying to like perfect the logo, but it's all like it's like somebody drawing with their left hand.
So, Red Fist. I believe that I'm trying to remember where I heard this, and it could be I read it when I was much younger, but the Red Fist, I believe, is a product of the, or at least I think I read it. It is a product of the ancient Southern Kingdom, the humans. Before the two human kingdoms, the North and the South, were united and formed their capital at Ashcaleen. The Red Fist, I believe, was a group that grew out of the Southern Kingdom, and it was one part bodyguard, one part wet workman, fixer, assassin. Not quite sure as to how many in terms of their numbers, but that's, I would assume, by design. They don't necessarily like to advertise who they are. In fact, I'm sure that it is very lucky that you even know anything about the Red Fist or what it even looks like.
As he's saying this, I'm looking at you like you almost died for real.
I told you.
Oh my god.
Good. Great. This was not comforting information, but I do appreciate this information. Any chance you recognize this person? I'm just gonna take out the picture and be like, do you know him?
So sorry, he's trying to be very polite with you right now. I'm not aware who this person is. Is this some sort of lover of yours?
Why do you all say this? Why are all of you on the same
Why else are you
wavelength?
trying this man?
She folds it back up and puts it back in her pocket. Because he tried to kill me. If you see him, or I think he tried to kill me, he killed all the people in the corner.
Are they... Can the Red Fist people summon you to places? Like, surprise, I want to murder you, and then you show up in a circle.
That feels like a very assassin thing to do, to be honest. It's very sneaky.
It does. Sounds very convenient on their part.
Maybe there's nothing else. There is nothing else. I mean, we got more info. I have more information than I did, but do you know any paladins of Bahamut? Bahamut? I'm not very religious.
It's Bahamut.
Sure.
All that I know is that any paladin of Bahamut would have to, at one time, make their pilgrimage to the Tower of Durastir.
Which is gone.
It's gone. Why do you say
that?
Well,
it disappeared, along with all of the other temples that were in Ashcaleen. They kind of got all green and shimmery, and then they were gone.
I'm sorry, what?
I saw it.
What do you say, green and shimmery?
But that's what happened.
You didn't say anything about that before.
Wait, it was very quick. You just kind
said
of
that
shoved
the city
me on a
was
dais.
Consumed in fire, and that...
Yes, and that's at... So, okay, green and shimmery was happening at the same time as flames.
So wait,
hold
on. And you see him getting
Yes.
visibly just upset.
Don't yell at me.
You're telling me that these temples disappeared as a result of some green, shimmery, some kind of energy.
I think so, yes.
That
I
sounds
was
very
kind
much
of
like a
fighting for
spell.
my life. Well, it might have been.
He sort of
I
just
was
throws his
busy.
hands to the side, slightly exasperated. And you... Elindra, I don't know if this is just an intent, a mistake on your part, just sort of not giving us the full truth. But this is definitely some piece of information you would want to have alerted the elders to. That this wasn't just some sort of cataclysm that was bizarre and just not directed in any way.
I don't really want to get in trouble.
You can tell that he just wants to say so many things right now. And he's just sort of holding the words back behind his teeth. And he's just like, okay, I would like for you, if you can, it's not too
Yes.
traumatizing,
Okay.
to recount to me exactly what you went through. What did you see? So that I can then give accurate information to our elders so that they can make an informed decision.
Queen Nyla Lee was a vampire and enthralled to some sort of 12-year-old boy, little vampire. And also, Grajit was in the city. And then Grajit and Mephistopheles destroyed the city but it was already being destroyed by, I don't know, flying ships and fireballs.
Sorry, flying ships?
Yes.
You're realizing as you're recounting all of these pieces of information, all of this narrative to Captain Flynn, that it sounds fucking insane.
Insane.
And
Yes.
you're mentioning fireballs and fire mages and airships that, are flying in the sky.
Uh-huh.
Technology that the elves still haven't figured out yet or have. And then you lay on the fact that, oh, there's vampire children, and they are holding queens in their thrall. And Queen
why there
Nyla
was
Lee
the-
is
you know.
actually a vampire, and Captain Flynn doesn't know who Queen Nyla Lee is because his people are at war with the humans in the south, and so he knows who the monarchs in the south are. And so you're saying all of this, and you're talking about how it was a massive plot, and there's a coup, and like he's writing all of this down, and he's just like, just sort of like looking over his notes.
I continue on with like, I met Lady Brigitte de la Antonio, and she sent me into the dungeons to save someone, and that's how I found out all this information, and everyone's dead.
Can either of you corroborate any of this?
I look
He's
at
looking
Fig.
at you, Atarah, and you, Fig.
I've got my own things going on.
I love you so much.
He's like,
Fig, you were there.
I was there.
What did you see, Lady Fig?
You know, what she says about the fire coming from the sky? Facts. I remember people screaming.
I nod.
For that, they were applauding.
Applauding.
Me and the troupe I was with. We were performing.
I'm sorry. So you were You say, what do you mean by troop?
I was part of a troupe. You may have heard of them. They're called the Twilight Serenade.
His eyes just suddenly go huge as he just... I'm sorry. You're a member of the Twilight Serenade?
Yes.
And she's very good.
This makes so much sense now. That's what... Okay. That's why you...
It's a circus.
You recognized me.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't recognize you. I've never seen the Twilight Serenade before. I've always been jealous. Whenever we've encountered any humans from Ashcaleen, we've always heard tales of every year there was a circus that would come to town and whisk people away to the Feywild or some such.
Yes.
And we always heard that it was a high fantastical event within the city, and
Yes.
and I always felt as a lad just supremely jealous that the Fey would visit the humans in the south and never come north of the Velven Forest.
Actually, why did they do that? Why did you never visit us?
Did you see the greeting we got today?
She has a point.
That's fair.
And there are probably some other things. Not big, not pertaining to you two at all. But yeah, generally the weather, travel, setup, all those kind of things. So
It is very cold here. She's like,
beautiful.
It's not that bad.
It's astoundingly beautiful. It's enchanting.
I'm just picturing Captain
noisy.
Flynn having this conversation, this very intense conversation with Fig, and Atarah is like scribbling or adding something to her picture on top of this ancient tome, and then randomly Atarah just sort of looks up and is like, "It's very cold here."
I love her so much.
She's having a hard time, everybody.
Oh man,
She's doing her best.
I'm sorry. I can't love you so much. You got the ugly laugh. Stop it.
Yes, I'm so sorry. And I did say that I did promise that I would do something about that. So you wished for garments, food, wine, lodging. We've got lodging. Was there anything else?
Pillows.
Well, look around.
I could probably go
Oh,
into the
yes.
linen closet somewhere and try and find the pillows. I'm
Be
sure.
really cool if you could find some paladins.
I'm sorry, is this a serious request?
Do you know any
She's looking
paladins?
for the paladins of Bahamut.
Oh. I am a paladin, not of Bahamut, but I was very confused there for a second.
What god do
Unfortunately,
you follow?
I follow Our Lady Selune.
My temple's gone too.
So it would seem.
Can you still reach out to her? Does she answer you?
Lady Selune has not answered anyone in quite some time. At least for the last 28 years.
Oh, that's more than 7.
Oh, that's more than 7! Was there something that happened around that time?
I do not know.
Listen, I do not mean this in a rude way, and it may come out like that, but that doesn't make you a very good paladin.
Yeah, why don't you know? Shouldn't you know? Did you never look that, hey, guess what? My god's not answering anymore.
Maybe you're right.
No. You're a very good paladin. She didn't mean it that way. More just like, what? Why wouldn't you know? Because we all live for like ever, and as elves, you have time to check it out.
I'm really the only one. All of the other paladins I know follow other gods. I'm really the only one paladin who follows Selune. And that has more to do with an experience that I had, but mostly the only people who really follow Selune are her monks and her nuns. And I had an experience upon the icy glaciers in the Crystal Expanse. And I was separated from a scouting party, and I lost my way in the ice caves. And Atarah?
This is going to also possibly sound rude. Did you die?
I don't think I did.
No, all right. Well, that is good.
She brought you back.
This poor guy. So sorry.
I just know that I lost my way, and through her light, I was able to find it again. And now I serve in Ganadel, and
How long did that whole encounter last?
matter of seconds, at least in my time. I do
What
feel
do you
that I
mean,
was
in your
momentarily taken from this place, and I was above the clouds, looking down on the world. You see him just get a very far off, like middle distance look on his face.
Yeah. Did you die?
I don't know. I don't think I did. I just think that in the moment she chose me.
I'm not against that theory. I just want to know what happened up until then.
All I know is that I was very cold. And then I felt very silly. And I began to laugh, and I wasn't cold anymore. In fact, I was burning.
Is there anything that we can do? Does he give off Selunic magic? Can we tell the difference?
You can try and detect magic.
I don't know if I can do that. Can anyone do that?
No. You look at the fighter. No.
No, I can't detect magic.
Can you, Paladin Flynn, Knight Flynn, Flynn.
Captain.
Can you,
Captain Flynn.
Captain. All right, Captain. Could
Sexy captain.
she's gonna hand him a piece of paper. Could you draw her by chance?
I wouldn't
Did you
dare.
see her?
I wouldn't dare. My artistic abilities can't possibly capture her form.
All right, then say it with words, I guess.
Yeah, what did you see, bro? Also, while
Yeah.
he's saying that, can I take out a small shot glass, the glass that I took from from our place, and fill it with Selunic wine, Selunic brandy?
Ooh.
You may do so, yes.
Thank you.
Listen, I have theories.
I want all the theories.
What he saw.
Who got a boop that wasn't me? Come on, I need to know these
You all got
things.
one.
It's in the character art.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's
I'm.
so pretty. Okay, so she's like
Oh,
legit,
she is gorgeous.
or seemingly legit. Okay. I don't trust it. I don't think it's what he thinks it is, but hey.
Man, gods could look like anything. That's some pale knight shit. Oh my god.
I'm just saying it out of game. It's not Pale Knight.
I'm kidding. So he tells us that she's this beautiful, ethereal goddess.
Okay.
In terms of his experience, yes.
In terms of his experience.
Don't say it like that. Stop it.
I'm gonna go up to him and hand him this small little shot glass of brandy and say, "This is Selunic brandy.
How did you come by it?
I found it."
Where?
In a tavern. An abandoned tavern.
He takes the shot glass from you and just sniffs it. His eyes
Plum
go
brandy.
wide. And then he raises it, sort of inquiringly, just like, may I?
I think that you should definitely drink it and then maybe pray tonight and then tell us in the morning if anything happened.
Listen, don't wear your armor to bed. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Just in case.
Just throwing it out there.
Why are you trying to get me out of my armor?
Not trying to get you out of your armor. She slept in her
Listen,
armor, which was
gonna
Bahamut armor, and
take the
that's
picture
why we
back
think
out.
the bad guy got her.
She takes the picture back out.
Yeah, and that's why the bad guy got her.
Yes.
He cheers, tosses back the shot. It fills him with just like a warmth, and you see just sort of this color come to his cheeks, and a slight tear.
You okay?
It's been a while since I've left the boundaries of the Crystal Expanse and traveled south. But the last time I traveled, there was a nunnery that I stayed at that offered me shelter. And our sisters and I, we built a shrine outside in a field outside the nunnery. And it's honestly one of the most fulfilling moments I think I've ever had, a feeling of closeness. and just community, and I felt like I finally belonged. And I'd found my people.
Why didn't you go home?
The war.
Fuck the war, just go.
I would not be safe. Would not be safe for them either. But anyway,
Can I
the
give
hour
him
grows
the
late. I
brand?
must go and procure the things that you requested.
Quick huddle up. Girls, can I give him the brandy?
Sure, I guess.
I'm gonna take the small cask of brandy and just say, I think maybe this belongs with you.
He takes the cask, sees the markings on the side of it, and his eyes go wide and says, "This is an incredible gift. I will endeavor to find you the finest garments I can." And he immediately turns and walks out of the room. Also, I'll try to find something more about paladins for you. And he walks out and leaves you all in the middle of Galagal Minthame's library in the home that he occupied within the Starway. And that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Oh my gosh.
GG.
We broke that guy. It's fine.
It seems like he really needed that, a piece of home. Because his home is not with us.
Thank you all for watching. Please consider tuning in next time to see what further develops in the Crystal Expanse with our trio. Hope you all have a good rest of your week. We love you, and may you roll nothing but nat 20s. Good night, everyone.
Good night. We
Bye.
love you.